This is Debbie with the Food Prepping channel, and today I've got a recipe for you. It's around 11 or so here, and I have to go to the doctor today. It's Monday the 10th, June the 10th, and I called my doctor last week because I'm getting really concerned. I'm almost positive that I've got Alzheimer's, so I'm going to get that checked. And I have carpal tunnel syndrome. And I've been thinking for months, and I can't remember whether I told y'all this or not, but I've been thinking for months that I had a problem with my rotator cuff in my right arm, and it's been really, really hard to cook and cut up stuff. Like I had to cut up these onions and peppers, and the hamburger, I'm, chopping up the hamburgers that gets done. But it's been hurting everything has been hurting my right shoulder really bad. And I just really didn't think of it as being anything except my rotator cuff. And I started having problems with my wrist, and I've got this cyst on my arm, and I can't think of the name of it now, but I thought my wrist had something to do with that. And I went on and got a brace for my wrist, and it ended up being carpal tunnel syndrome. So I have that carpal tunnel. I wore that brace, and the first night was amazing. My shoulder didn't hurt, and I haven't been, for months now, it's been so hard for me to go to sleep at night because my shoulder was hurting so bad. And putting that brace on there, and I've noticed it keeps your arm a certain way, and it keeps those muscles in your shoulders from hurting. And now, if I don't sleep with that brace on, I can't sleep. I've got to have that arm brace on. And so I'm going to the doctor today about that, and the cyst on my arm, and the Alzheimer's, because I'm telling you, I will be 63 next month, and I looked it up, and Alzheimer's does start around the age of 60, and I'm forgetting words so bad. And my mom is 84. Yeah, she's 84, and she has Alzheimer's. My grandma had Alzheimer's, and it is hereditary, so I do think that I may have early onset Alzheimer's or whatever. But I'm going to the doctor about that today. But before I leave, I want to get this casserole made, and I'm going to fix a hamburger macaroni casserole. But I'm going to use my Instant Pot too. So in here I've got 2.5 pounds of ground chuck. I've got 1 large onion and 1 large green bell pepper chopped up, and you can see the size of the onions and the peppers in here. And so I'm going to let this brown, and then I'm going to put this in my Instant Pot, and I'll bring you back when I get to that part. Okay, I'm back. All right, first off, before I ever even go into what I'm doing, I want to tell you that you can cook this dish in your Instant Pot, but I'm in a wheelchair, so see how high the wheelchair is compared to me, so I can't see into it. And that's the same, this is the reason why I use my NuWave. My NuWave sits on my tabletop, which is perfect for me to use, and being disabled and in a wheelchair, that makes a big difference for someone. So instead of cooking this in my Instant Pot, I cooked it on my NuWave, and I have the NuWave Precision Induction Cooktop. I would be lost without this. Lost. Because like I said, I'm disabled. I'm in a wheelchair. I can't stand up. So putting this stuff in here and then cooking it and all is too hard for me. So in order to make it easier, I cook it on my NuWave and then put it in my Instant Pot But if you're not disabled, this can all be done in your Instant Pot. You can brown your hamburger, your ground chuck, whatever, and your onions and your peppers in your Instant Pot on the saute mode. And I'm going to go in and cut that on right now and let it start getting hot. And I'm going to go on and put this is all browned up, and my ground chuck and my onions and my peppers, and I'm going to go on and put this in my Instant Pot if I can find the strength to lift it in here. Okay, there you go. All right, you have to do this carefully or it'll come out. See, I have all good pans to use on my NuWave because I want to be able to cook the best that I can for y'all and show you the easiest way. All right, so now what I can do is I'm going to go on and let me get this situated. I'm going to move my tripod so that you can see down in it. I got to move my trash can from over here, move my pan from over here, and then I'm going to lift y'all up and we'll look down into the Instant Pot so you can see down in it. If I can get it up high enough. Yeah. Alright. So in the Instant Pot, I've got the 2.5 pounds of ground chuck. I've got 1 large onion, and that's a large onion too, and 1 large bell pepper. And in this, and also right over here, you can see I've got my pan greased. I've sprayed oil in it. And the reason you could do this all in this Instant Pot and eat it from there. But I like, once the macaroni and all gets done, I like to melt the cheese in the oven. So I cook everything after the ground beef in here, put it in here, and then I've got my oven preheating right now for 450. Well, I think it's on 425. And so I'm going to go on in here. You can hear that the Instant Pot, it's already cooking it, but it's cooked. But I'm going to go on and put 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, granulated garlic. I'm going to put 1 tablespoon of granulated onion powder. All right. I'm going to put 1 tablespoon of Italian seasoning. And that's, well, I got to put salt and pepper. I'll probably put, with the pasta in here, I'm probably going to end up putting 1.5 tablespoons of salt and 2 teaspoons of pepper in here. Alright, so I'm going to go on and stir this up. And see, I can't see down in here except what y'all are seeing because I can't stand up. But I'm going to go on now. And I've got 1 box of Great Value elbow macaroni. It's the 1 pound box. I'm going to put that in here. You don't cook it, you don't do anything. You just put it in your Instant Pot. I'm going to stir it up a little bit with the ground beef. I've got 1 can of chicken broth that I'm going to put in here. And that's going to be the water. But it's going to be other things in there too. I'm going to put 1 can of cheapo spaghetti sauce. This is meatless, low sodium. I'm going to put that in here. Alright. And I'm going to put 1 can of contadina sauce with Italian herbs. I'm going to put that in here. And I'm going to put 1 jar of Great Value Chunky Italian Garden pasta sauce. And this has got, yeah, chunky Italian. All right, and I'm probably going to put, let me see. Here, I'm going to put a little bit of water in that jar to rinse it out. Alicia.
Yeah.
Can you put just like that much? Let me show you where I'm going to put about that much water in the bottom of this jar so I can get that tomato sauce out, the rest of it. And make sure that I have enough liquid in here for the pasta, which I do.
There you go.
And I should have kept the top off and not thrown it in the trash, but I did. All right, so I'm going to put the water in here. And I know you can see it's about halfway full. The spaghetti, the elbow macaroni or whatever is mixed down in here. All right, I've got to get out my salt and my pepper from over here. So let me move this back. When you're disabled, you've got to have everything right near you, and I do. All my spices, everything is right here behind me. All my utensils, everything is right here beside me. Behind me on my shelves. All right, so I'm going to go on and put about a teaspoon and a half of coarse ground black pepper. And I'm going, because there's no salt in this, I'm going to go on and put 1 big tablespoon of salt, and then about 1.5 tablespoons of salt in here, because if I don't get this pasta salty enough, you'll never, it's so hard to do that. So I'm going to go on now. I can hear the saute function. It's really in the ground beef starting to stick to the bottom. So I'm going to turn this off. Let me get y'all back down. All right. Y'all are just going right with me while I'm doing this. All right, so here's my Instant Pot. It's on off. I'm going to go manual. It's on 4 minutes. I'm going to bring it up to 5 minutes. I'm going to put my lid on here. First, I'm going to make sure that the back is on sealing. I'm going to put the lid on. Well, okay, I'm going to lock it, and now it is ready to go. It's going to start, when it comes up to pressure, it'll start counting down to 5. Then, when I finish, when this finishes, I'll bring you back, and we'll cook it the rest of the way. Okay, the Instant Pot is stopped, and now we're going to put this in here, and I've got, this is mozzarella cheese. I didn't feel like getting out my Cuisinart. I can't even think of what it is over here that I've got. Not the blender, but the other thing, whatever it is. I didn't feel like getting that out to shred the cheese, so I had this little manual shredder thing, and Alicia did that, and it was really hard, so I told her at the end to just like slice this up. And then I've got the finely shredded mild cheddar cheese, and we're gonna put Alicia's gonna help me with this. We're gonna put it in the pan. Here's the pan. Alright, just now do this, spread that all around and get it, and then I'm going to put some of the, alright, let me put a little bit more in there. Alright, now I'm going to put some of the mozzarella on there, and I'm doing the big strips on the bottom so it'll melt better. And I'm using mozzarella and cheddar. And this, and like I said, you could do all this. You could put all of this in your Instant Pot and do it like that. But I like my cheese to be melted in the oven and kind of a little crispy on top. And so this is the way that I do it. All right, and I'm just putting, we're going to do this in layers. And I've got my oven preheated to 425. All right. And it's stuck to the bottom. I don't know why. I was having problems with my Instant Pot, and so we're going to have to kind of scrape the bottom of this, of the Instant Pot. Alright, now I'm going to put some more of the mozzarella. And just put ever how much you want. My kids like a lot of cheese. I'm not the most on cheese, but when I do it, I like I said, I like my cheese to be a little bit crispy, and I don't like runny cheese. Alright, now, do you need the other spatula, the one without holes?
Yeah.
Alright, hold on one second. Alright, now we're going to put, oh wait a minute, I got to put some
Cheddar.
the cheddar on here. Alright. And we're going to go on and finish this, and I'll bring you back right before I put it in the oven. Okay, I'm back. All right, here is the dish. It's getting ready to, the pan. It's getting ready to go in the oven now on 425. I've got all of the, not all, but a lot of the mozzarella and the cheddar cheese on here. And I could not think of what I wanted to use for the cheese, and didn't feel like it was my food processor. I'm telling you, buddy, I'm really having a hard time thinking of words, and that's why I'm going to the doctor. I've got to put this in the oven because I'm going to be late leaving because it took so long to fix this. So I'll bring you back. Okay, I'm back. All right, I'm back from the doctor. We weren't able to eat before I left to go to the doctor's office, and I went to the doctor, and she's going to do an MRI on me, and for my carpal tunnel, she's sending me to a orthopedic hand doctor, and then for the knot that's on she says it's a cyst on my arm, and she's sending me to a general surgeon to have that done. Anyway, we're home, and I'm getting ready to eat. It is 20 to 5, and this is my first bite of anything to eat today. It made a lot. I cannot wait to taste this. I'm sitting at an angle, so let me show you. Oh, it's going to be so good. Wow. All right, that was the perfect amount of salt. The perfect amount. And this did stay in the oven, but while we were gone, but I cut the oven off. It was in there for like 10 minutes before we left, and then I cut the oven off and just left it in there. And the cheese and all, I put just the right amount, and I like the cheese like this when it's kind of brown. And you can see it's a huge pan of this. My kids will be, of course, I'm going to eat some, and Alicia's going to eat some, and the kids will be over here after a while to eat. So, this is so good. And it would be so simple to make if you wanted to make it all in the Instant Pot. But like I said, I like the cheese just like this. Just a perfect way of making the cheese for something for me. And also with me being in a wheelchair, it's just easier doing it the way that I did it. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Look below for links to my Facebook, my Twitter, and also to links to things that you can purchase on Amazon that I use in my own kitchen or my kitchen area. So you have a good day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.